What's up, people? I'm Tingy Nacho, a master player in Pokemon Unite, and not only do I love playing this game, I also love thinking about and discussing the potential for the future changes and additions for Unite. The hottest topic in this area is, of course, which playable Pokemon will be added next. We already have Mamoswine and Sylveon on deck, and it seems like the devs are really striving to push new characters pretty regularly, which is super cool. There are just about 450 potential Pokemon to be added to this game. If you want to know how I got that number, you can check out my video on it with a link in the description. Of those 450, 51 are from Kanto, the first generation of Pokemon. Today, my friend Tetsu and I will be ranking all 51 of these unincluded mons based on how likely we believe Tencent is to add them into Unite. For context, Tet hasn't had a lot of time to play Unite all that much in order to rank up, but he does love the game when he gets to play, and he loves Pokemon in general as well, and he has a lot more experience with other MOBAs than I do. So I think we bring two pretty unique and interesting perspectives to the table. We ranked all the Pokemon into the following tiers. Will be added for Pokemon we think are almost guaranteed to make it into the game eventually based on popularity and uniqueness. High potential for Pokemon that we think could fit in extremely well and the devs will probably consider them at some point. Could happen for Pokemon that are less popular but might be a sort of wildcard pick similar to Crustle. Probably not for Pokemon that don't seem to really make a lot of sense in a MOBA style game. And better as jungle for Pokemon that wouldn't work as playable characters and are better off as wild enemy Pokemon. We each ranked every Pokemon on our own and then came together to discuss our thoughts and create a finalized tier list. If you'd like to make one for yourself before seeing where we placed everyone, there's a link in the description to the template on TierMaker. There is one for each generation as well. If you just change the number in the URL from 1 to say 2, 3, etc., you'll be able to access them all. We'll be putting out vids for each gen individually because otherwise we'd be here all day. Also, I apologize for the quality of this ranking video as well as the one for Johto. My OBS settings got changed somehow and ended up exporting in 720p, so it's a little blurry, but I think you guys should be able to get the gist of things. Once I noticed it, I fixed the quality, so it should be good for Generation 3 and beyond. Anyway, with all that out of the way, let's jump into this tier list. First up, alphabetical order, is Aerodactyl. I had Aerodactyl in high potential. I think that Aerodactyl is a pretty cool Pokemon. Definitely could fit well into Unite.
Yeah, I could see that. I have Aerodactyl in could happen. So I'm right there with you. It was really tough for me to pick between high potential and could happen. I just feel like it's probably leaning more towards high potential for me. I put him in could happen because it's a fossil, and there's some other fossil Pokemon that I could see maybe making it in more. And that's not just because he's a single EV, but I don't know. I would agree with you for this one. We can go high potential.
Okay, let's go high potential. Next up for Arbok, I put could happen.
I put better as jungle for Arbok. Right.
I think I actually can concede to that. Okay. I went back and looked at it again. I was looking over it quick, and I was like, I could see Arbok as jungle. I think I'll concede to you there. Arcanine will be added. No question.
Oh yeah, Arcanine will be added. I actually have Arcanine in high potential, but I could get down with will be added. I feel like I want him to be added so badly. Arcanine in general to be added, but I don't know if that's necessarily means that Tencent will consider the addition, and I think it's more likely a high potential.
Yeah,
to be fair,
right. The reason I'm also considering putting him down now is with the addition of the new Growlithe form, we may end up getting something else added instead. So
that's a good thought. That is a good thought.
All right, Articuno I put better as jungle because he's legendary. Most legendaries I'm gonna have in better as jungle.
Yep, I have Articuno in better as jungle too. Especially since Zapdos is already in the game. Yeah. I think that the birds are probably the most likely candidates of the legendaries to see getting put in.
Yeah, so. I think it would be cool if there was 3 maps and each of the legendary birds had a map. I don't think they'll do that, but that would be very cool.
That would be very nice. All right.
Next up, we have Beedrill. I put probably not. And I almost put it better as jungle.
I put it in better as jungle.
But here's my argument. We already have Vespiquen in the jungle, so do they really want more bees in the jungle?
I don't think that they would think of it like that, but I see your point. Maybe on a different map, for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
it would have to be. But then you could also do Weedle and Kakuna, like not necessarily just Beedrill.
Right.
Like I could see a bunch of little Weedles in the jungle.
I definitely think that Kakuna would be in the jungle. I don't think Kakuna would be a playable character. It's just like
not at
just
all.
like Metapod and all those other Cocoon Pokemon. I don't see them being played as. I can put them in jungle. I think that's fine.
Mm-hmm. Butterfree, same idea. I think.
I put in probably not as well, but
I had Butterfree as better as jungle just because Metapod I see dropping down from a string in a bush somewhere, and I don't see anyone hobbling to lane as Metapod.
Yeah, probably not is definitely a weird ranking.
Yeah, there's very few that I put in probably not, but the reasons are typically very different, so it's tough.
Okay, we'll see when we get there.
Cloyster. High potential. Yeah, I had high potential too.
Easy.
See, Ditto, I had probably not.
I agree. Probably not. I don't see them fitting this into the game unless it's in some really, really niche like jungle form. Like it's some type of enemy that you fight, and whoever hits it last, it turns into that. I just feel like that's too much. That's too messy. They wouldn't do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Dodrio.
Totally. Dodrio.
Oh, I had Dodrio in will be added.
No.
My argument for this is out of all flying types, it seems like one of the better ones to put in that to make it different than Talonflame. Because Talonflame is already kind of a classic bird. I mean, I know it's fire type, but a lot of flying types are similar. Especially a lot of the regional flying types and a lot of the normal flying types. Dodrio
I agree with that
playstyle.
I agree with that logic, but the issue I have is that there's a lot of hybrid flying types, like 2-type flying types that don't look alike, and I think that those are more likely to be added, just like Talonflame being a fire flying. I don't think they'd put like a straight up Dodrio type bird in the game. I put better as jungle for Dodrio.
Okay, so, but how many of those cool dual type flying types are in Gen 1, which they love to add from?
It's true. I just think that there's other Pokemon in Gen 1 they'd like to add more than Dodrio. But between Dodrio, let's say Dodrio and Pidgeot, for example, I think Pidgeot's just more classic, even though it looks closer to Talonflame. To go to your argument, I just don't see Dodrio getting the love of being added at all. But if it did, it would be a jungle.
All right, you had jungle?
Yeah.
Let's go. Could happen.
Yeah, right in the middle.
Next up, I think we'll agree
Dragonite. Yes, will be added. Absolutely. It's only a matter of time. It's really only a matter of time. And I cannot wait.
Yeah, Dragonite, I mean, everybody wants it, and I feel like it's just an obvious addition.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exeggutor.
Yeah. Better as jungle. I did too, and I'm kind of disappointed by it because I love Exeggutor. Cool typing. I just don't like the idea of playing as Execute.
That's exactly it. I mean, I can definitely see like, you come across a nest of Executes in some type of map. I see it as like a 3v3 map thing. I don't know why, but I feel like that would be in like a non-standard map.
I agree. All right, Farfetch'd.
Could happen.
I put could happen. Yeah. Could happen, especially with Surfetch'd. They'd like to get that new Pokemon in the game. They love adding new things. So, yeah, could happen.
Definitely could happen.
Fearow better as jungle. I put better as jungle.
You think so?
I don't think that the birds are going to get much recognition in general. So, I don't know. I see myself beating up on some Spearows, maybe even a Fearow in a camp.
I definitely can see them as jungle, but again, that same argument I had is with Dodrio. Like it's a little bit different versus a classic Talonflame Pidgeot look. I feel like for game designers, I think of Overwatch where they wanted everybody to have different silhouettes. So like that's my logic for like the different flying types. A lot of the flying types would have similar silhouettes, but I feel like Fearow has that pointed nose is a bit different. So that's why I put it in could happen.
I could see Dodrio much more likely than Fearow, to give you that. I really just don't see Fearow happening because it's like a tertiary bird in my mind. Like, you've got the Pidgey you've got Doduo, and both of those to me are cooler than Spearow Fearow. So,
to your
but that
point,
doesn't necessarily
I will
mean
say,
added.
especially in the anime, Spearow and Fearow are typically depicted as enemies. So,
Right.
jungle would probably make sense.
That's true. They are given a negative connotation.
Yeah, so we'll
Alright.
go with that.
First evolution of Gen 1.
All my evolutions are probably not, because of Sylveon.
Mine as well, because of Sylveon. It's just unlikely that they're going to have splits, which is really unfortunate because Sylveon's not my favorite, but I understand why Sylveon was added.
Yeah, I mean, of the evolutions, if I had to guess which one would have been added, it would have been Sylveon. So, yeah, it makes sense. They could add more evolutions, but I just doubt it.
Yeah. All right, Golduck. I have Golduck as better as jungle.
You like your jungle.
I have a ton of stuff in jungle. I have like onto a fourth row of jungle. Just because I don't see them adding a lot of Kanto Pokemon. I mean,
I definitely do.
there's just so many Pokemon. But they've got the main ones, and they don't have main ones from other gens like starters and quintessential other like.
I don't know that matters to them. I think that the larger player base that they want to bring in cares about Gen 1 and Gen 8. Yeah. The new stuff and the stuff that everybody knows.
Okay. I'll agree with you on could happen. I mean, I like Golduck a lot. I didn't want to put Golduck in better as jungle. I just don't see it.
I mean,
they put freaking Abra as a jungle. They put Abra in the jungle.
That's true.
So that breaks a lot of my
Misty's Psyduck brought a lot of fanfare to Psyduck, and they need more love. Not that that matters, but I think they're gonna get it. I think it could happen.
Okay, we're coming up on one of my favorite picks.
And you're not gonna like that I put it in. Probably not.
No, I have Golem and will be added because it's a 3-chain rock type, which would have some amazing move sets. And let's bump them up to could happen at least.
I know. I definitely get your argument. I definitely think that Golem would be an absolutely sick Pokemon to be added. Absolutely. I just don't think they will. Don't think they will. Maybe it's because of like Geodude floating around, but that wouldn't really stop them. I don't think. I don't know why. When I did it, it was a while ago when I made this tier list. I would say I don't think so. But I mean, I could put him even as high as high potential. I do think that it.
Yeah. Well, here's my thought is that I don't think that anyone really expected the combination of Mr. Mime, Wigglytuff, and Slowbro to be added from Gen 1. Like, there's a bunch of other trios that I would have seen being added to the game before them. So, I don't know.
True.
Is Golem in that same vein of unusual addition, but a welcomed one? I think so. So, maybe I let my bias get in the way too much, but I think at least high potential.
It's kind of like saying I think it could happen because anything can happen.
Right.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that it specifically has high potential.
I understand.
I know what you're saying, especially because rollout's already in the game on Wigglytuff. I do think that that's perfect for Golem, obviously. So they already have the programming in for that move.
Exactly.
So I feel like it has potential. So I'll leave it in high potential.
I got a question.
Sure.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
I'm guessing you guys are out of Rocket League at this point?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I was gonna wonder. I was wondering if Crab Rave was an anthem and if one of you had one.
No and no.
Yeah. No.
All right, you can go back to your talk.
There's one that's close. It's called Flip Reset.
Okay.
I don't remember how to get it.
So, next up with Gyarados. This one might be a little upsetting to hear. I put Gyarados in better as jungle.
Probably not.
I see him as like a Dreadnought Rotom type camp. Like, let's go fight the Gyarados down by the river kind of deal to get a buff.
the thing is,
Like a mini boss.
I think he would have to be in water, and I think that most characters wouldn't be able to go in water to get close enough to hit him, potentially.
I think that my vision of this is that you're on a beach and Gyarados is close to shore, or like a rocky outcrop, and you walk back and forth as Gyarados is like slithers through the water, pops up, attacks you, goes back down. Like it's a little bit more animated and involved than just walking up to a mob.
As amazing as that would be, the likelihood of that for me is very low.
That's fair. I'm fine with putting Gyarados in probably not.
Like that would be one of the sickest things they could do, but I don't see it happening.
Yeah. The next two, Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee, I put in probably not. But they could happen. I'm between could happen and probably not. Definitely not jungle.
Yeah, no, they're definitely not jungle Pokemon. I think they could happen. I think only one of them would happen.
I just think it's too unlikely that either one happens because there's two of them and of their role in the game. I just see them both as probably not.
Yeah, I think you're probably right because, like, which one would they pick to add, and that would piss off a lot of people.
Exactly. They couldn't choose one and not the other, and they definitely wouldn't put both in.
Yeah, I'll move to probably not on these.
Hypno. Better is jungle. Yep.
Just
Jolteon.
seems like a jungle Pokemon. I don't know why.
It does. Probably not. Jinx. Probably not.
Too much controversy over that Pokemon. Way too much controversy.
It's a good point. I wasn't considering that heavily enough. Yeah. Kabutops. Could happen. High potential. I would love to see Kabutops in the game. I just don't think it's that likely. I think it could happen. But I'll settle on high potential.
It's definitely not definite. Definitely not definite. But I do think it has high potential.
Yeah. Kangaskhan.
Let's see. Where's my Kangaskhan at? Oh.
My Kangaskhan is in Better is Jungle.
Not a surprise.
But I disagree with myself. I actually think could happen is better for Kangaskhan. Because it's one of those Pokemon in Gen 1 that doesn't evolve that I actually see getting added more than most. If that makes sense. Like, considering Pinsir, Tauros. I mean, it's hard. I don't know. I really do feel like Kangaskhan's got that edge to get in.
I feel like people like Kangaskhan, especially because
there's a lot of yes, there is a lot of fan love.
Big fandom around Kangaskhan.
Absolutely.
So I think it'll be. Yeah. I think if it'll be added over, like you said, other one-offs like Tauros.
Yep. Absolutely.
Next up, we got Kingler.
I have Kingler in Better is Jungle.
Easy moves.
Unsurprisingly,
I think that's pretty obvious.
Yeah. Lapras. I put Lapras in could happen.
I was between high potential and could happen. I think it's I mean, we know everybody loves Lapras other than me. So it's a Pokemon that would be highly anticipated and bring a lot of hype to the game. So that's why I ended up putting it in high potential.
I just don't know how they will work out Lapras's movement. That's the thing that I have the biggest concern of. It would be very cool if Lapras had like a passive where there was like a little surf wave under it when it moved, so it wasn't flapping around with its flippers like to get to lane and stuff. I just think its movement could look kind of odd. So
yeah, it could. I think they could pull it off. I wonder. I don't know how Lapras moves in like Sword and Shield, or
yeah,
in whatchamacallit. What's it called? Let's Go. I don't know if it comes out on land in Let's Go.
When it follows you around. Oh, look at it.
Because you can ride it in the water.
Right.
But yeah, I could go could happen for this one. Oh, and this is a big one for me. I got Marowak in will be added.
Oh no.
I think it would have such a unique moveset. I think Cubone and Marowak are fan favorites due to the Lavender Town scenario.
Okay. I think it could happen. I don't think it will be added, that's for sure. You can bring it down to high potential.
Yeah.
I actually originally had it I originally had it in Better is Jungle, but then I realized there's just too much of a fandom around Cubone and the lore of Marowak and Cubone that, not to mention, it would have an absolutely incredible potential for a moveset. So, yeah, high potential.
Okay, Better is...
Mew.
I mean, probably not for Mew.
Probably not, yeah. I mean, we have a mythic in the game. We have a mythical Pokemon in the game, but I don't think Mew would make it in. But Mewtwo...
Like a good fit.
Mewtwo, I put in could happen.
Mewtwo, I think absolutely will be added. They put Mewtwo in every single Pokemon spin-off you can imagine. He's in Pokken, he's in Smash.
He's in Smash games, yeah. Okay.
They love Mewtwo. They gave him 2 Mega Forms.
Okay. I'm fine with that. That's not of all of the moves, that one would make the most sense. Yep, Moltres in Better is Jungle.
Better is Jungle. I also had Muck in Better is Jungle.
In Better is Jungle. Nidoking will be added. Yeah, I think that was pretty much unanimous. Wasn't there talk of maybe source code in the game for Nidoking?
There was
at some point. So I think it's only a matter of time.
We're anticipating that. I don't think they were sure if it was a playable character though, but I'm hoping it was.
Yeah, that would be
I know
great.
there was a few that they did in mind that they couldn't tell if it was playable or not. Nidoking definitely seems like a perfect fit for it though.
Yes, absolutely. I would love to play Nidoking.
Subsequently, Nidoqueen. If Nidoking is not playable, I think Nidoqueen does have high potential.
That's exactly my thought process as well. I put Nidoqueen in high potential, given what we know about Nidoking.
Yep. And I
Omastar.
also have Omastar in high potential.
Wow. So I see Omastar as lesser of a chance being added than Kabutops. So I have Omastar and could happen because I can't put them in the same tier in my mind. I can't imagine playing as Omastar in lane, but I can imagine playing Kabutops.
I can definitely imagine myself playing as Omastar as a defender, setting up some type of defense with my, I don't know, he's got some type of spin move, I'm sure.
Yeah.
High potential could I could put him down.
That's right at the threshold. I would say could happen is more likely though.
I think Kabutops is towards the front of high potential. I think if I had Omastar up here, it'd be towards the back.
Right.
But yeah, we'll put him down.
Parasect.
Could happen.
Better is Jungle.
Parasect is a lot like Crustle. So
right.
For that
why
reason,
would they want to have two of the same type in the game?
Right. That's the reason I knocked it down.
And it exists in jungles. It's literally like a fungi.
But that's just because that's
woods.
not even the official word for it in the game. They don't call it the jungle. It's called the central area.
Yeah, but most of the biome of the central area is kind of grassy. So I just think of it as the Pokemon jungle. But I understand.
Pokemon live in tall grass.
That's true. So, right, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I don't think... I would actually rather put him in probably not than jungle.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like Parasect is really niche. If they added it, it would either be in the game or not at all. Like, playable or not at all, I should say. I
think it would be jungle or not at all.
Jungle.
No. Okay, then let's just do probably not. Persian. Jungle.
Yep. Pidgeot.
Pidgeot. High potential.
Yep.
Pinsir. Jungle.
Where do I have my Pinsir? I can't find it.
One of the most horrific mega evolutions.
Did I not rate Pinsir? Oh. I have him in high potential.
Really?
I think he's a good... He's like the only Gen 1 bug type, probably, that I could see being added.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think that he has more potential than these guys, or most of the guys in high potential, but...
To be fair, Pinsir could have a pretty interesting moveset.
For sure, yeah. He's got all sorts of stuff he can do. He's got horns, he's got his teeth.
But if you do think that he could be added, I would put him to could happen. I wouldn't say high potential.
All right, we'll go could happen. All right, Poliwrath.
Poliwrath will be added. Yes, absolutely.
It seems like a shoo-in.
It does. It honestly does. I don't know what they'll end up doing with that line, but yeah.
The only thing that makes me a little second guess myself is there's already 2 Gen 1 water types.
They don't care about that.
I don't think they'll care about it, which is why I kind of put them here.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Yeah.
All right, Primeape.
Primeape.
I put
Could happen.
better as jungle. Okay.
You really like your jungle.
Mm-hmm.
I think it could happen. That's all I have to say.
Okay.
It could definitely happen. Why did you think it would be better as jungle?
I don't think
good
it's
answer.
interesting. I don't think it's interesting enough. I was thinking. I don't think it's interesting enough.
Oh, well, it's like the enraged
terms-
Pokemon. So like, it would have.
I think that it has it. I
It
think
would be
that
getting
okay.
hit, dealing more damage as it gets hit.
I think it would be interesting to have the rage mechanic play into the jungle role of it chasing you further than most other camps in the central area, and that could be interesting. I don't know. I don't think that it's appealing enough to a wide range of fans to be added more so than other. We also already have Machop, which is a Gen 1 fighting type. So
Yeah, but again,
do we need
just like,
another
just like
Gen 1
with
fighting
Poliwrath,
type?
they wouldn't think about that at all. Just like we were just talking about two Gen 1 water types already in the game, but Poliwrath will be added.
I think Poliwrath is a special case of that, personally, but
Why?
because
He's
of
pretty
the water.
generic.
Water fighting, there's not many of those.
That's true. I don't think that does really take typing into account all that much.
I don't either.
I don't see Primeape as a jungle. I feel like he's too big and pissed off.
Probably not.
Let's go probably not.
Rapidash.
Probably not.
I put jungle, but I agree with probably not.
Nobody wants to kill
Radic-
Rapidash.
Eradicate. Better as jungle.
Yep.
That's one of the easier jungles, I would
Easy.
think.
Super easy.
Sand Slash. You're not
Beat the
gonna
crap out of
like.
this thing.
You're not gonna like where I put Sand Slash.
Oh, could happen.
Sure.
Where did you put Sandslash? Jungle?
No. Definitely
Alright.
not.
Seeking.
I actually would like to see Sandshrew and Sand Slash in the game. Seeking, better as jungle. Starmie, better as jungle. Tauros, better as jungle. Tentacruel, could happen.
I had
high
high potential,
potential.
but I could see could happen.
Okay.
Cause like, I mean, they'd have to float around. It'd be a bit weird that they weren't in water.
It would be a bit weird, yeah. And we haven't seen that yet. Vaporeon, probably not, because of the Sylveon dilemma. Victory Bell, probably not.
Victreebel probably not.
I put-
I mean, first of all, how it's gonna
Oh.
jump around? It's gonna bounce around. It's a bit weird.
Yeah, it's gonna hop. It's gonna hop like a
I
little
don't
bulb.
think that. I don't think.
Little
people like
bounce.
that.
Give it a
We'll go
little
from
bounce. and
walking,
step.
and then what about Weeping Bell?
Yeah, Bellsprout's gonna have such a sick strut down the lane, and then Weeping Bell's gonna hop.
No,
You
Weeping
know,
Bell
like
just
hop,
sits
pop
there.
up and down.
Weeping Bell doesn't do
No.
anything.
I put could happen, to be fair. I didn't say like, oh my god, yeah, Victory Bell. No, I put could happen. But I'm fine with probably not, as long as you don't disagree with me on Vileplume.
All right, well, let's see. What do you have?
High potential.
I agree.
Yay.
Definitely think it's high potential. It would be a really interesting Pokemon to have in, even though it's the same typing as Venusaur, and the same flower.
And Victory Bell. And yes, and the same flower.
I don't know why. It just feels like Oddish it's sort of popular for some reason.
Yeah.
It'd be a good addition. I think they might go for it.
Okay.
And then
Weezing, better as jungle. Yeah.
All
Okay.
right.
Well, that's Gen 1.
And that wraps up our tier list for Generation 1 Pokemon not in Unite. What do you think of our rankings? I think our tier list came out pretty good. If you've got any ideas for Pokemon we think aren't likely to be added, or you think we overhyped someone, then I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments section down below, and we can get a discussion going about it. If you enjoyed the video, then please do consider dropping a like and a sub. It really does mean the world to me, and it helps out the channel a ton. If the Gen 2 video is up, it should be on screen now, so head over there for more Pokemon rankings. And if you want a a clearer image of our finalized tier list, I posted one on my Twitter at TangyNacho. Anyway, that's all I've got for now, so until we meet again, later people!